Tell us who you are by name and where you come from.
Baby Milo from South Wales, pretty new to the scene, and just excited to get ready and just keep going in the game.
You said kind of new to the scene. How long?
Yeah, only a year. I've only been spitting for a year. Only started writing. One of my friends, Benny Flows, told me to write a song, and I wrote it, and he said, "You've got potential." So I've just gone ever since, every single day, writing, just every day, just persistence, man.
What about yourself?
So I'm Agent Orange. I'm from Bangor, North Wales, and I've been doing it for been writing for near enough 10 years now, 9 years. But I've always been MCing and always had an interest in rhyming and stuff because my name is like Owen Lee McLean. So from when I was like 10, I'd say like, my name's Owen Lee McLean and I spin like a washing machine, or you know, just like little things like that have always been there. But yeah, I've been writing hip hop for 9 years or 10 years or so. Before that, I used to go to like hardcore, UK hardcore raves because that was the more accepted thing up in North Wales. Like, I always used to think a ginger Welsh boy rapping, I'm going to get shut straight down. And then I sort of just built up the confidence to not care what other people thought about it because I always had a love for it. And then just started writing from 9 years ago.
Why do you feel you need to mention that?
I just thought because like it's the same when I did start doing it, a lot of people were like, oh, who do you think you are, Eminem? You're not, like, you know, because no one was doing it in Bangor especially sort of thing. So it was a very like, it would have been different, like Mr. Formula, thanks for like people like him, it kind of got normalised in our area because they started making something of themselves and it got a little bit more accepted. Whereas before that, there was nobody from Bangor, only one lad I knew that was like in jail writing diss tracks at another lad that he didn't like. That was all I heard of in our city sort of thing. So I kind of knew that I was one of the first from the city that had to kind of put that flagpole down. So it was a big, massive barrier for me in a way, thinking, right, I'm different, I look different and I am different, I'm not going to blend in. But that now I've used to my advantage because obviously I stand out like a traffic cone. So like you're saying, it's a visual presence, isn't it? So when they see this bright head on a screen, you're going to remember it. Because at the same time, Bangor is a very like, it's a small city and everyone knows everyone's business and it's all like, you know, that small town mentality. So you got to kind of like break from that. And now what I'm glad of doing, because I started doing that and there was nobody around when I started doing it. So I started going around youth clubs and like I got a £10,000 grant from the lottery in 2021. I got Mr. Formula to come and perform to the kids while the kids were playing the beats live back to him and stuff. So I'm like, nah, I want to pass that, like break that barrier down for the next generation for them and normalise it. And now we've got like, there's some kids on the street now and then and they're just like, they're rhyming to each other, whereas before they'd just be trying to take the mick out of each other. So there's a slight little bit of a ripple effect starting to happen, which is amazing because for the future me's who are in that same position, it's going to be normalised a lot more because there's going to be more of a scene building up around the area and there's more newcomers coming up, like Milo. He's a really, really sick lyricist as well and he's a cousin of mine too. And there's a few other, like Cujo, there's a few others starting to really pop off around, like get their stuff out there and they're making links around because obviously, like we said, with the Bangor and Gwynedd scene, there's not many people that are doing it. So we have to kind of reach further afield where there are more people that are doing it or try and inspire and push others to actually do it in our area, if you get me.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Grew up in South Wales. Never thought I'd ever be rapping in front of a camera in my life. Just loved hip hop from day one. And yeah, I'm just so glad I've had the opportunity to do all this. And I'm just going to keep escalating and keep riding it until I can, like, and hopefully make a name of myself in the scene.
Before you stood in front of the cameras and did that, were you nervous?
Yeah, definitely,
Okay.
man.
And how do you feel after?
Well, yeah, I'm going to go to all open mics now, man. As soon as I got the time to do it, I'm just going to go and do it. Because that's what I was fearing. But doing it here today, yeah, it made me want to just keep going at it, man.
You're the youngest one that's turned up today.
Yeah,
okay.
Man.
Now, the thing is, do you not feel that someone like you, now that you've experienced something like this and you've been writing for a year or so and whatever, that you're now in a position to be able to communicate to the youth and bring them on side to hip hop?
Well, surrounding myself with all these people now, all these veterans in the game, like, it's made me want to push it more. And it's like I'm learning more about it so I can push that message on to other people.
You're not going to see this, but they're going to be learning from you soon.
You learn because they're like more tech savvy than any of us are going to be because this generation now are born into it, do you know what I mean? They're born with cameras on their face and everything. So it's like they know nothing else. So they're ones we can, like you're saying, we can learn from them, definitely.
Yeah, I'm dedicated to what I'm doing now. I'm in the deep end and I'm just going to keep swimming. So I just got to keep going, man. Yeah, hopefully, just keep your eyes watching because there'll be loads to come. Hope just dedication now. Just get my head down and get in the game.
My experiences over the years now have filtered through, so like my flow, I'm happy with where I'm at with my sound now. And I've also got a few good things in the pipeline. So when I first started, I used to actually practice over KRS-One beats. And I entered the competition last year, and I'm going to be on a posse cut with KRS-One on the 10th of May. And following that, I've got a feature I bought off an artist called Mad Squabbles. He's been on Shady 45 and stuff. And I got a feature verse off him in 2019. And perfect that I've held on to it because I'm going to drop that following the feature with KRS and another American feature. So trying to hit into different pockets of where the hip hop started as well and stuff in America. So I try and just branch out a little bit more. I'm going to slow down a little bit on the community side, the educational side of the workshops because it swallowed up so much of my time. I was doing 80 hours a week from 2021 to about 2022, the end of then. And I burnt out. But I got so burnt out that I was just writing little bits and I just kind of lost my flow a little bit. And this year I thought, nah, what I need to do is these little bits are all extras. I need to focus my time mainly on writing my tracks and everything like that. So like the last couple of months, I kind of just went into a little bit of a dark space in December again, buried myself a little bit. Then from January to March, I've written about 15 new verses, a few new choruses, like a full album, just not as an album, but just written loads of new stuff and started getting my momentum back. And I've got an EP which is called Falling Upwards coming soon because that represents that I always fall into a dark place and then blessings kind of come my way and bring me back out of that dark place.
What about the business side? Getting things to actually be noticed?
So, yeah, that's what I need to do as well more of is like my plan is to send songs on to emails as well, to use AI now, which I've learned to use ChatGPT to formulate an email structure for me, and then I can send that on and personalize it, tweak it, but put the links and some tracks in and just send a load out. Because one of my friends who produces Endav, he's a really good DJ from North Wales, and he's breaking down south a lot and stuff like that, and he's had his first play on DJ Target on Radio 1 recently. And what he said, he just used to focus on social media, but he said that's not the way when you first release now. Use your social media, but count that as a bonus. You want to send emails to promoters, you want to send emails to DJs and things like that, and just emails get taken more seriously. A Facebook message can just go over somebody's head. Oh, that's a message. But when it's an email and it's formalized quite nicely, someone's more than likely going to pick up on it. And hopefully I'm going to try and break into the sync world to try and get some songs written for films and some things like that, because I've been working on some Welsh language stuff as well. So I'm going to try and get some stuff to get synced with S4C and a few things like that, hopefully. But yeah, we'll see how it goes.
What do you think of the competition?
I think everyone's unique in their own sort of way. If you focus on too many external competition, which I have done in the past, it slowed me down because I've compared myself to them and been like, why aren't I where they are? And I can write more intricate lyrics or metaphors than this person. But so if you focus on that, it can kind of bring you down in yourself a little bit. So I'd rather, I tell myself to just outdo myself. So right, from now on, next year, it's got to be better and bigger than 2024. I have to be better with my rhymes. I have to be better with the business and all of that sort of stuff. Just keep every year stepping and keep it going from there.
Do you see any competition?
No, it's basically the same, man. It's like, because I'm only just new, fresh into this game, I haven't seen any of the rivalry or anything. I'm just trying to better myself.
Are you kind of in with the whole culture, or are you just rapping?
I'm in with the culture, me, mate. I've been trying to make changes in my communities, emailing the council, all sorts, trying to get into schools and say to the schools that lyricism should be on the curriculum, because I really believe it. Because for me, it's boosted my vocabulary. It's made me see things differently. I've learnt from artists like a Carla. I've watched him, and then that's changed my views on the world. I used to be quite indoctrinated. My family were military based and stuff like that, and watch a lot of mainstream media and things like that. So we get into a lot of debate sort of thing, because our views are so different now. But my views were solely on what I was taught before, and then until listening to people like a Carla and stuff, I was like, hang on a minute, people with this faith, there's nothing wrong with them, they're just people. There's Christianity, that's a lot worse, or and it's just humans, there's good and bad in every single pocket of life, do you know what I mean? So for me, it's helped me grow as a person, and that's what I want to see it do to others, and try and pass that on to as much as I can, really. Spread the seeds, as you say.
If you had a mission through your music? What would that mission be?
Yeah, just to push the culture more, because I haven't been doing that at all. I've just been trying to push my raps, and obviously it's not going to get anywhere if I just push the raps now. So I need to push the culture to everyone, get everyone down, and then hopefully bring the scene down to Cardiff, which would be fucking amazing.
What's the graffiti scene like out there?
I think it's quite good, man, to be honest, at the minute. There's even a new graffiti shop in Barry. This hurts so good, bro. But yeah, I think they've had a couple hip-hop shows.
Why not go to the shop and say, hey, can we put on like little ciphers in here every Saturday?
I think it's just having the confidence of going out and reaching out to people and stuff. I'm still working on that, but it's needed, man, in this game.
Is there any final words, anything that you want to say specifically?
Keep your eyes peeled, because big things are coming.
Yeah, man.
The music side is 5%.
Yeah, the rest of it's business. 'Cause
Yeah.
that's why I've got a sole trading company called Mostly Hosts. The logo's on the back there. It's got like a little mic.
Okay.
But I'm doing, at the moment, just to get money, and I'm doing weddings and stuff. That like draws just a little bit of financials to keep me afloat in and stuff like that. And then I'm trying to like set up a few series to put on from that. Like I'm going to do some like not one takes, but like DJ sets where a DJ comes on and uses my booth with the logo on, and like a live stream and just a few different things like that. But the aim is not, the education stuff is what I've been doing mainly to draw funding through it. But what I'm going to do is like try and utilize that as a platform, but use all these other elements to draw funding into it. And then hopefully it'll be an organization in a few years' time. And then I can actually go for proper pots of funding, larger pots then when there's like a proper board of directors and stuff like that, you know. We had 10K a few years ago. And I went into my old primary school teaching like an after school club there, and we had the kids, I had all of the kids stomping round the corridor, right, and the teachers are in the class like, what's going on? And this one group were like, my shit, you know, just like stomping this chorus walking through, and it was just like an amazing feeling, because I thought all the other classes, the kids were like being good little pupils, and I had all these just like, yeah, just screaming their voices out, and you know what I mean? And that's what it's about, isn't it? It's like causing a ruckus and standing up to like authority and stuff like that, isn't it?
Final question, life mission. What do you want to achieve from all of this?
I'm just having fun, man. That's at the minute, it's just having fun. That's what I'm taking from it.
Focus more on the journey rather than the destination. Yeah, enjoy the journey.
Listen, guys, thank you very much for coming in and having a
Thank you,
conversation
man.
with
Thank you
us.
for the opportunity.
And also for the one take. Again, appreciate you making the journey.